Hi, amigues. It's live on KEXP. I'm your host, Albina Cabrera. You can find us at 90.3 FM Seattle, where the music matters, donde la música importa, and also streaming worldwide at KEXP.org and on our free mobile apps. All these sessions are made possible by donation from people like you. So again, muchísimas gracias por su apoyo, and welcome to another session. We are here in our live room, and it's an honor for me to introduce a very good friend of KEXP, una super amiga de la casa. She released one of our favorite albums of 2021, Una Rosa. So it's a pleasure. Xenia Rubinos is here on KEXP. Bienvenida, mi querida amiga. How are you?
Yeah, estoy super excited. I'm very, very well.
How
are you?
Muy bien, nerviosa, finalmente, juntas,
Pues,
finally.
A soltar los nervios, a gozar.
Totalmente. Yeah. And Xenia Rubinos is touring across the West Coast and finally here in Seattle. So it's been a bit since the last time that you came here to KEXP. So are you enjoying the Pacific Northwest?
I love it. I'm loving the rainy mist. Very magical, very contemplative.
Totally.
I'm very much enjoying it.
And Una Rosa is the name of the last album of Xenia Rubinos. And you can find a great track-by-track with Xenia on KEXP.org. And she is here ready to share a couple of songs with all of us. So, Xenia querida, ready?
Nos fuimos.
Xenia Rubinos, live on KEXP.
You better believe it, la la la, da 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 da. I wanna believe in love. Can you believe in love? Da 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 da. I wanna believe in love, love. You better believe in love. Después de tantos años que estuvimos juntos, es que yo no me di cuenta de todos los dolores que tuve. Bueno, y el tuyo fue el peor. Ay, hombre, maldita sea el día en que te conocí. Nunca me imaginé el castigo de tu amor y cuánto te gusta verme sufrir. Ay, vida, no seas tan injusta conmigo. Si este dolor es mi condena, prefiero morir. Ay, hombre, en mi vida no he querido a nadie más que quise a ti. Ay, hombre, no pudiste darme la única cosa que pedí. Te atrevas a buscarme otra vez. Yo viviré mi vida bien sin ti. Ay, hombre. querido a nadie más que quise a ti. Ay, hombre, no pudiste darme la única cosa que pedí. Fue tu querer. Fue tu querer.
Wow. Xenia Rubinos live on KEXP.
Muchas gracias. Bueno, estamos aquí. No es un show, pero es un show, ¿verdad?
Yo no sé cómo hago para todavía no llorar, te digo.
Vamos a ver. Okay. Nos fuimos. Vámonos.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I caught a fever 'cause I rhyme my rhymes right, and my doobie raps tight. My starlight shines bright, bright. I'm just a lover, I don't want to fight. You keep putting me in cages every day and night. It keeps repeating upon me. Woo, the same old story keeps repeating upon me. Me. It keeps repeating upon me. Woo, the same old story keeps repeating upon me. And it was my day. Okay, KEXP, let's go. And it was my day. I've been working all the time. I've been working all the time. Been working all the time. I've been working all the time.
I'm gonna get this paper, make it sooner or later. You wanna keep me pouring busy or I'd be a danger. The truth is I'm a threat, and it's got you upset. Keep me in debt until the day I'm dead.
It keeps repeating upon me. Woo, the same old story keeps repeating upon me. Me. It keeps repeating upon me. Woo, the same old story keeps repeating upon me. And it was my day. And it was my day. I have been working all the time. I've been working all the time. Been working all the time. Been working. Ave María Morena. Ave María. Qué bueno, ay. Ave María Morena.
Ajá.
Xenia Rubinos está aquí en KEXP. Qué placer.
Gracias.
Try not to hear you, Nancy, but you're killing me. Try not to hear you, Nancy, but you're killing me. Every day. Always the same old way. Wake up with pain in shoulder. I try to hear myself, but you're screaming too loud. I try to hear myself, but she's screaming too loud. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of us. Time to let it go. I'm carrying weight for the both of Yo quisiera salir de esto ya. Si sigo este rumbo, pronto me sorprende la muerte. Dímelo bien, ¿qué piensa usted? ¿Que viva otra noche o me llamará la muerte? Sacude, sacude, Dios que me ayude. 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 Mi pobre abuelita prendió 10 velitas. En la iglesia el cura rezó 4 misas. El médico blanco me dio 10 pastillas. El indio brujito me despojó hasta la rodilla. Sacude, sacude, Dios que me ayude. 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 Sacude, Dios que me ayude. Traté de levantarme y no pude. Sacude, Dios que me ayude. Estas son las noches largas de octubre. Sacude, Dios que me ayude. Sacúdeme, sacúdeme, Dios que me ayude. El diablo está detrás de la puerta. Y entró sin que me diera cuenta. Quítalo de mi presencia. Sacúdeme, sacúdeme, sacúdeme. Paloma, dame la mano. Oh, oh, que quiero subir, subir hasta el cielo. Oh, paloma, dame la mano. Oh, que quiero subir, subir hasta el cielo.
Sacude by Xenia Rubinos, live on KEXP. No sé si estaban preparados para esto.
I never thought I'd have to write this song. Just yesterday I woke up and heard bad news. I still can't believe you're going. It doesn't make any sense to any of us. I didn't even get to say goodbye. I did my best for you. My very best for you. sorry, I'm so sorry, baby. I did my best for you. My very best for you. Oh God, look down. Oh God, look down upon me now. Oh God, look down upon me now. I don't forgive myself for all the things I never did. Can you forgive me for all the things I didn't know just how to do? I did my best for you. My very best for you. For me and you. For me and you. For me and you. For me and you.
Xenia Rubinos live on KEXP, and that was amazing. Thank you so much, Xenia.
Thank you, Albina.
Estoy muy conmovida. Thanks a lot. And songs from Una Rosa, one of our favorite albums. That album came out in 2021. And I would like to know, like, how do you feel, like, coming back to the road, touring again?
Bueno, I feel grateful to be healthy and to be able to play music, and it's been really transformative to go back out. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel. I was pretty hesitant, and I knew that I didn't want it to be the same as it was before. So I worked really hard to make a new show and to try to think about how to tour and how to present this music live and do something that was curious and exciting for me. So I've been blessed to find a team to work with to make it happen.
A great team, I have to say. So Una Rosa was recorded during the pandemic, right?
Yes.
Well, tell me more about it. How was that process?
So Buccelli, who you saw playing in the session earlier, and I produced the record together. And we were in Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn, kind of in a bunker studio, just throwing paint at the wall, like trying different things and trying to make this record come alive and also me come alive again. And it was kind of like a really beautiful respite from everything that was happening at the time. And we both got really into it, and we're just working all day, every day on this music, and it slowly started to take shape. And we were playing beats on the Tempest and working a lot, live in the box for the first time, like really writing in the studio, coming up with a lot of visual inspiration that was guiding the production of the record. So yeah, it was like an intense time, but also very beautiful. And I feel like I was like a baby learning how to speak again. You know, it was like I was learning how to make music all over again.
And we can see like this new concept in Una Rosa, if we have to compare with Black Terry Cat, por ejemplo, and the last time that you came here to KEXP, and I would like to bring that context here, the context that that que hizo nacer a Una Rosa, and how was that exploration musically and also personally, because we can see like a lot of new, like a completely new world in Una Rosa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I had been very obsessed with rumba music, and I didn't end up making rumba, but I made my own version of what maybe rumba might be for me, like my own remix of rumba with the song Sacude. And I was also, digging a lot into the music of like my abuela, my bisabuela, the old like tragic diva, boleros. And for a while, that's all that I was listening to, and all that I could write was kind of in that style. And so I wanted to make my own kind of ode to those traditions and put my own spin on them. And then once we started to cook up the show, I got to work with this great director, Yara Travieso, who stages for opera and film, and with her conceive of this show that I kind of had a little bit in my mind of I wanted it to be more performance-based and have choreography, but not like pop in and lock in, Janet Jackson moment, but have some kind of like really feeling in my body, be very intentional about what was happening, and kind of minimalistic staging and thinking about something that we could travel with. So she really like hit it out of the park, and got to work with her on the costumes and the set design and kind of bringing the show alive in this new way. That's just been really inspiring to be back in my body, with making music through body and gesture and intention that way. Yeah,
and I can feel that like visual concept, and also like everything is around like your family story. I can say, like the lamp, the name of the album, the story that you were exploring behind that. And yes, I can feel like freedom there, like Xenia being, libre y haciendo lo que ella más le gusta.
Yes, for sure. I was feeling very, just trying to find myself through this record, and I did find a new self, I think. And yeah, the story of the lamp was like this flower lamp that my great grandmother had in her room when I was a kid, and it was like the kind that you would wind up, and it was kind of covered in plastic, these flowers. And they would change colors, and it would play this melody that's Una Rosa, which is the main theme of the record. And one night I went through a lot of sleepless nights in this period, and one night I woke up, I can hear that melody in my head, and I thought I was writing a new thing, and then finally I was like, no, that's the melody from the flower box. And then that flower box and that Una Rosa theme kind of became like kind of the movie theme of this record, and the center of the visuals, and kind of this theme of like future nostalgia, like something I think those flower plastic boxes was like maybe looked very futuristic with like the fiber optic threads, like maybe in the 80s it was like, oh yeah, esto es del futuro, but it now it has this kind of really nostalgic vibe, and so I wanted to bring that kind of future nostalgia feeling into the record and into the set design too.
And how do you work the video clips, because that is a huge thing for this album.
We made a ton of videos, and it was very like just ragtag team. I've got to work with a lot of really great directors. Mario Ruben Carrion made a few, including the video for Did My Best, and also for Working All the Time. And my manager, Steph Orentas, also. It was just all hands on deck family, Marco, like all friends coming together to make the visual treatments for each of these songs. And it was really beautiful to get to spend time on each one, and figure out how to present the essence of that song, with a visual, with a video, and then think about what to do live. So the visual component was such a huge part of making this record for me.
Yes, and we were talking about freedom, right? And I think that in other moments we talked about labels and in the music industry, and something that was very powerful for me in Una Rosa is that I could feel that pride of being bilingual or Latinx, or being, part of two worlds and do the things that you want and know the things that maybe the music industry says about what the Latino artist must do, you know? And I would like to know more about, I don't know, your thoughts about that.
Oh, that's a hard one. The first thing that comes to mind is the first time I ever was at KEXP. I think it was 2012 or 2013 on my first record, Magic Tricks. And I was invited by DJ Chili, and I was so excited to be at KEXP, but I was also really angry because I was on the Latin program. And I didn't want to be on the Latin program because, as it turns out, the majority of the music on Magic Tricks was not in Spanish. And I felt like I was being put there just because I was Latina. And I remember getting to the studio. It wasn't this building, it was a different building. And I was kind of grumpy and was like, who is this DJ Chili? Like, what is this about? Like, I don't know, they're just putting me in this Chiquita Banana moment with the Latin thing. And then I was disarmed in 1 second as soon as I arrived and was like, clearly he knows what he's talking about. He's a music fan. He knew the music so well, treated me with such respect, treated us so well, was so thoughtful. And but I was kind of constantly in that moment, always kind of defending myself and feeling and saying like, wait a minute, yes, I'm proud to be Cubana y Puerto Riqueña, and I'm proud to sing in Spanish and all of those things. But, you know, in that moment, it was really, really hard. It was a different landscape, a different landscape than it was
Absolutely.
now. And things have changed, and like I'm happy to see a lot of my peers in all different places and not feeling like that is the corner for you, you know, like, oh, you're Latina, okay, you go over there. No, it feels like, you know, your work can be about what it is. It's about the music and whatever you're saying and what the message is. And we can talk about real stuff, you know, and not just be pigeonholed because of, you know, our ethnicity. So yeah, a lot of thoughts, but that's what comes to mind, is just that memory of like how different it was, and you know how grateful I am that so many different spaces exist now, so many more spaces exist now, and that we can coexist in many different worlds, right? Like that it doesn't have to be that one thing or this one thing, and that maybe a lot of people that didn't used to listen to, you know, the Latinx programming, they now do. So that's really exciting too.
It's great to see like the full circle, you know, like a couple of years after, and to see you here and have this opportunity is also part of our personal stories, and it's great of being here. And
I'm so happy to see you here.
Oh my God, thank you so much. It means a lot to me too. You know, it's a full circle of love. So thank you so much. And this album was like very powerful to me. And you released Una Rosa in 2021. But you're releasing like new music, and I don't know, it's like the kind of like a B-side of Una Rosa. You know, we had to say like Madrugada with the amazing rapero cubano, El Individuo, No Me Dejes Caer with Carolina Oliveros from Combo Chimbita, and another great collaboration with El Individuo and Dia Libre and Yankee. And I want to know more about if all those singles are going to be part of a new album or not.
Ooh.
Tell me all about it.
They're Lucy's. We did a session in December of last year after the album came out, where we just had a cypher. We had like a jam session, and we queued up tracks from the record, and we all improvised. And I invited a group of musicians who I love, many of whom you just named, to just come and make live remixes of tracks from the album. And it was for a friend's podcast called Music is Everything. And they had us put this session together, invited us. We're like, you can do whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, I want to just play with people. We had been isolated for so long, right, in the pandemic and making the record. And so I was like, I just want to play with other people. So I invited a lot of people to come through. And we made these alternate versions of tracks from the record and released them this year. And it's been really fun to mix it up and get to play with a lot of friends. So...
This is great. And if you can tell me a little bit more about this connection with, specifically I want to talk, of course, with Carolina, but with El Individuo.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Both together doing music is great. I have to say that.
Thank you. Yes, El Individuo is a great MC, Cuban MC. Was a fan of his work just online. Like I saw his stuff on Instagram. Somebody sent it to me, and then I just started listening to his work. And one day in New York, I ran into him at a show, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I just got here." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I have a session coming up. Would you consider coming through and like improvising a little bit?" But we had never met, we never talked, and he came through to the studio, and it was such an unlikely group of people to be together. There were people like from the jazz world, from like the rock world. There was Como Chimbita. There was a lot of different folks, and then El Individuo came, and he was like a little bit like, just scoping it out at first, a little shy, and then he got in the booth and just was going crazy with his ad libs. We had like probably 5 songs out of just his ad libs and his freestyling. So that's how that collaboration came through. And he literally was like, I think the first session he did arriving to the States.
Wow.
So I was lucky that I got to get in the booth with him, and I want to work more with him.
Yes, please.
I love his voice.
Yes, this is amazing. A great, great musician. You are there. Exploring más sobre el individuo. And I know that you went to Europe, right? Like a couple of months or maybe weeks ago? No, months ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
couple
time.
Time, relative.
Such a concept.
Recently. Yeah.
Recently. See, and what's next? Like you're touring, and what's next?
Well, we're playing a show tonight. And we've been, touring around. We did an East Coast tour, we did Europe, West Coast, and I'm not sure exactly what's next, but I'm excited to make more music soon, I hope, and to continue exploring with performance and movement. I'm feeling really inspired, and being out on the road has felt rejuvenating in connecting with people, connecting with the audience in a live way has been very inspiring to me to go back to the studio and make new music, so I can come back soon.
Perfect. Yeah. I can't wait. Xenia, muchísimas gracias. Thanks a lot
a ti.
of being here. It's such an honor and pleasure to share your music with all this amazing audience. So thank you.
Thank you for playing my music, and thank you to the whole team here for being such great music fans and supporters, and hipping us all to so much good new music all the time, and for welcoming us back here. It was a dream to come back, and I'm so glad we got to make it happen. Thank you.
Por supuesto.
Gracias.
Enjoy Seattle, enjoy the Pacific Northwest. We love you, and please come back soon. Okay.
Love you. Gracias.
Xenia Rubinos live on KEXP. And thanks, Xenia and the entire team for being here. And thanks to the KEXP team for making this session possible. And you for watching and listening to this session. And you want more sessions, you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is Albina Cabrera, and see you super soon. Bye-bye. Xenia Rubinos live on KEXP.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.